Good. Good morning. Good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning, family. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, family. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, family. Good evening. Good evening, family. Good morning. Good morning, family. Good night. Good night, family. I've always said that when I say all that, what I mean by that is that it's breakfast somewhere, it's dinner somewhere, it's lunch somewhere, it's a brunch somewhere, it's whatever you can ever think of. People are eating snacks somewhere, but the timing all over the world differs. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to try and bring in very quickly my bumper sticker, my bumper music, which is derived from Paul Simon, which says, this is a photo opportunity. He said you had to fight for redemption. He said, redemption, graveyard. La la la, oh la 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 la, la 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 la. He said, you will be my bodyguard. I will be your lawless husband. You will be my Betty. Call me her. Symphony man is surrounded by sound. Hurry away from me. You will be my bodyguard. I will be your lawless husband. You will be my Betty. Call me her. I'm gonna stop there. But the reason I brought that up is because I'm going to quickly pull that out. There was a book signing by a very, very man entourage by the former president of Nigeria, to the point where the current president of Nigeria was even in the gathering. Let me quickly put that in context. Did you know that those people who have run for election in those 99.99% of those who have run for election in the United States of America have written a book, and it is a book that they are being judged on during the course of their campaign. The reason why I say that is because here we are, a sitting president, a former president, writing a book, and the reason why I think he wrote that book is because himself was not corrupt. At the time he got into office, his investment was $150,000. His running mate was running on $1 billion. Okay? I'll leave that for you to think about right now. I also go back to come and say that when the former president, before he came in, left office, he also wrote a book. This is that we people of that continent of 1.2 billion people are not writing book, because he's writing a book which he didn't even write because it was written for him by Adeshina. Not only that, they had this young lady standing out there being this master of mistress of ceremony as a token. In the hall of fame there, they were all men. When are we going to be able to get away from these agbada wearers in that continent? At the same time too, I also picked up on something today, that there's a gubernatorial debate in Edo State. Why would a former governor, a governor that is going to be leaving office after 8 years, be debating Pastor Ize Yamu? Why are you debating a governor that is not, doesn't have no more looking forward development environment? Why are you debating him? It's easy for you to just sit there and then just run against him at first, and when you come into second, when you are now going to run again, you must have piled up everything you think he has not done over and again for a long period of time. And at this point now, you're just bamboozling him with all this information. How I don't understand that concept. I can see all the gubernatorial candidates coming in, and all of them are all coming together and trying to become what you call a running for office. But for you to be debating somebody who's getting to get out of the office, that is beyond me. So I've made 2 points right now. And the 2 points I've made here now, I did start off with what you call the a photo opportunity that is not supposed to even be there. I understand that the only reason why the president has written the book, because he had a book that was written about him, and he also has what you call another 6 volumes of books that was written about his administration. Do you know you guys are running that country like one of my friends used to tell me. He told me that when he was in New York before he went to go settle in Nigeria. That Nigeria is a little hamlet on its own. I do know now that it's a little hamlet. As a matter of fact, that's the reason why I am using the term people of African descent instead of showcasing Nigeria or showcasing the United States or showcasing the Caribbean, because Nigeria and the United States are not different. Both of them are 6 feet under. They are the same. They are not different at all. They are having the same problem, because the reason I said that is because the people of African descent at the continental level are 6 feet under. When you come to the United States, the people of African descent at the belly of the beast are 6 feet under. You go to the Caribbean, they are 6 feet under. I mean, I don't believe in coincidence, but it's a coincidence that all these numbers keep adding up to that. That I want you guys to ponder about. So today it's a podcast. This is my first podcast, and I want to be able to galvanize what you call the community that would be of like mind, that is going to be listening to this podcast today going forward. And I've always said, and I will continue to say, that I'm targeting you women, and I define you women from the point that 99.99% of you women have come to believe in the lies that the epitomizer wanted you to believe in, and you are believing in it, and we need to turn that around and don't believe in it. Don't believe the hype. I know women are doing a whole lot better because their population is even higher than men. But how this 1 or 2 men came about, where they become what you call the feudal lords, that beats me. So this podcast today is women in definition. As I said, have come to believe in the lies that the men wanted you to believe in, that you and it's hurting the future generation women. And I'm targeting that teen, that 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 young ladies to be my ambassador, to carry this project to the next level. So I'm happy because I'm not supposed to write a book, and I'm not even going to go on the record to tell you that I'm the one that wrote the book and start beating my drum on it. Because even now that I'm trying to start my own podcast, which is going to be the first one, I will continue to write on a piece of paper my agenda for the day. At the time I finish writing the agenda, I'll leave the paper. And when I go back and 2 minutes later, I start writing another, want to revisit it. Whatever I've written about a few minutes ago, I've forgotten about it. The reason of that is because I am still at this age struggling with attention deficit disorder, which it has not been diagnosed by any medical doctor. I am on the record now saying that if this podcast is meant to help people who are struggling with attention deficit disorder, or any member of the LGBT which is out there and Q, It's also meant to be able to support what you call those who are struggling with science, technology, engineering, and math. At that context level, I'm looking at it from the remote pain point as being the gap, the area that will support that area of what you call the science, technology, engineering, and math. So we are doing what you call profit enterprise in that environment to be able to support all this big kahuna that we are working on. So I've already defined women as being full of milk of human kindness. I am not castigating all the men in general, but I am not going to let those misogynistic ones like blowhard, karate kids to have their steak being eaten rare. That is why I told you guys on the beginning of this podcast, and if you have gone to go and look at most of my initial momentum oversenses, they are all in the sphere of trying to help the women to become president of a nation at large. And that is my objective. My objective is to help women globally. And I took Nikki Haley as being my first test case, and I kept beating the drum on her. A lot of people must have got convinced by now. If you're not convinced, if you guys let that woman not to run,